The follow-up is what maintains that relationship. We spend way too much time getting them in the front door just to let them slip out the back door because we forgot about them or we didn't nurture that relationship.
We've got Brent Scott with us, and he's going to be sharing his expertise on follow-up methods, nurturing techniques, specifically when it comes to SMS and text messaging. What techniques will kind of yield the best results? So we have got a ton of valuable information coming your way. Welcome to the show, Brent.
Hey, Andrew, thank you so much. It's great to be here. So nurturing techniques, the biggest technique is to be authentic and to have a conversation.
Right.
Okay. People are going to respond much more readily to a conversation than they are going to respond to an advertisement.
Sure.
Or things of that nature. And so really nurturing relationships is all about just that, continuing the relationship through communication and conversation. Now, what's different is that in nurturing an authentic relationship, the goal is the relationship, and the goal should be in being in relationships with the right people. If you don't want to do business with someone, especially as a real estate professional, you get to choose not to do business with them.
Right.
And so when you're working with people that you have an authentic bond with, that you click with, that they appreciate you for who you are and what you've experienced, then that's more than a transaction. That's a relationship that will flourish and fill your bucket for years. Talk about, burning out a sphere of influence. Chances are that the only way you can burn out a sphere of influence is if you only ask them for business.
Right.
I mean, because they'll get tired of the only time they hear from you is when your office is running a contest and you need to get 7 listings this month, right?
Right. Yeah.
So burning out that sphere of influence, to me, that only happens when, number one, you're not authentic. And number two, you're not coming from value and contribution and connection.
Sure.
You're coming from a transaction. And so that's what I think some of the follow-up is. It's converting those leads into transactions. Yet more so, it's just maintaining the relationships so that you're getting value from them, then they're getting value from you. It's a win-win. However, one thing that I will stress is that at the end of the day, my goal is to get to the phone call. Okay. The text message is great if you need to break the ice or get a level of engagement.
Sure.
Yet as soon as you possibly can, get to the phone call and then get to the in-person meeting.
Right.
And the reason that I say that is because that phone call, you can pick up inflections in their voice. You can share a lot more fluid of a conversation in real time than you can over text messaging. My perspective is that if someone has raised their hand and said, I have a need for real estate business, then send a text message. So an internet lead, or maybe a for sale by owner seller.
Right.
If you've got a FSBO that they have raised their hand, there is literally a sign in their yard saying that they need to sell a house.
Sure.
Right? And so someone like that, that's someone that I would encourage you to send a text message to. Someone that you have an acquaintance with. Maybe they know who you are, yet you haven't really created a relationship. Rely on text messages for those with the goal of furthering the relationship, right?
Right.
I do not believe in cold text messaging to a bunch of people just to see if somebody wants to raise their hand. I don't feel that is effective because text messaging is just an electronic format to have a conversation.
Right.
I don't think that you blast in that you're the neighborhood expert or that you can help them buy, sell, or invest in real estate over text messaging is going to be effective at all. They've got plenty of other people that do that.
Right. So to some of your previous points, a tool for nurturing conversations, not something you use to initiate conversations.
Correct. Unless they've raised their hand.
Sure.
If they have specifically raised their hand and said, hey, I've got a need, then by all means use it to initiate that first contact.
Right.
But the conversation, that's the relationship. You can't template that.
Sure.
Hi, this is Brent Scott with XYZ Realty. I received your notification that you were interested in a property. I'm preparing for an appointment right now. May I give you a call back at 3 o'clock this afternoon, or would 11 o'clock work better? And then wait for a response.
Right.
Now, if there's no response, then at a period of time after that, then I would reach out with another message. Hey, just checking back in. This is Brent Scott with XYZ Realty. I wanted to make sure that I hadn't missed your call. When would be a good time to chat? Because now maybe those two time frames didn't work for them. So now you're expanding the options for them to connect with you.
Right.
And then a third conversation, if you still haven't been ghosted, is, hey, I know that this is Brent Scott with XYZ Realty. I know that things are moving fast in real estate. If you would like more information about properties in your area, here is an app, or here is a link to a resource. Now you're starting to come in from contribution.
Right. And you're ending on contribution, right?
You are absolutely ending on contribution. I don't know if you will ever buy or sell through me, yet if this is a tool that would help you, then here you go. It doesn't cost me anything to give it to you. Here you go.
Right.
And see if they engage with that tool, see if they engage with that resource, and then continue on from there.